Hello guys, my name is Paweł Górecki. Welcome back on my YouTube channel. This is a Waffle, 6 years old pitbull terrier. Today I'll tell you a few things about the recall. What is the main thing with recall, with a training dog, with a sharp recall, and also how to make your dog better with recall. Let's go. The first thing is trust, and of course the socializing. If your dog is a socialized world with environment, with new things, with the people, dogs, and knows all of these behaviors, it's much easier for your dog to come back to you when you recall. Basically, the recall is not difficult command. It just seems like very difficult, but for the dog it's pretty easy if there is no distractions. Okay, so but for some dogs the playing can be a distraction, but for the other one, the other dog or the people. Actually, this is your job to make your dog relax in as many situations as is possible. This is the first thing with a recall. If your dog feels comfortable with interaction with the other people or dogs, or in the new places, or noise, like everything, so it's much easier for your dog to make decision to come back to you. Okay, this is the first thing. So the imprinting time, which we call socializing, this is the main thing in my opinion. The second thing is fun with you. So your dog needs like some work for the brain, spend the time with you, and time for relax and rest. Okay, so you have to provide all of these things. So you have, it doesn't matter, but you have to do something together to be able to learn about each other. Okay, so this is the main thing. The second thing is rest. The rest is not just only sleeping at home with you, especially. The dog needs a time for a rest, minimum twice more than you at home. So there is no toys, there is no playing at home. Just let your dog rest and teach your dog to rest and be ready for a walk and train with you. And the second thing is being on the walk. So on the walk, your dog needs also the time for a rest, so has to be outside from the other dogs, people, some challenges, so needs a time for a sniff, exploring, being a dog, digging in the sun, like chasing, whatever, just relax, be a dog. Okay, so if we have all of these things, we can start thinking about the training with the other with recall. So the meaning that the recall is a very nice thing and there is no reason to be nervous. So what I recommend you is to start to train your dog the first few days, first week, in the place where you are just only you and your dog, because except for home and that familiar space, you can go on the football pitch, on the beach, just find a place where you are just alone with your dog and you have a time for your dog, and your dog has a time to learn about your movements, about your voice, about your recall, and be ready for good fun. Okay, so if you start to train with your dog around the other dogs, and especially if your dog has some issues towards the other dogs, I mean some like it's in stress, it's nervous, cannot trust the other dogs, this is not a good idea, because this is a moment when you start to introduce the command in the nervous atmosphere. So the basic thing is teaching the dog to come back to you, and that the coming back to you is a time for fun, rest, and spending a time to you, and not expecting anything else. So for example, if you go for a walk with your dog and you start to teach your dog to recall, and you recall your dog come back to you, is sitting in front of you, and then the other dog hit him, just jump on him, whatever, just disturb him, for the next few days, for the next few weeks, sometimes months, your dog will be nervous in that area, so it's better to avoid. So when your dog knows the basic things, it's the same with you. If you know the basic things, if you know how to recall your dog with no distraction, and your dog is absolutely relaxed, and on the 10 repetitions you do 10 perfect, so this is the time for training your dog from recall from distraction. So for example, you can go for a walk, your dog stay off the lead, approach the other dog, has an interaction which is very important. Let your dog to interact, maybe play for 5-10 seconds, and after this time you can approach to your dog and recall your dog in the nice way. Just reward him very strong. The rewarding is a different story, so we have to make another video about the rewarding, what is the best. So every dog is different, every owner is different, and every situation is different, so we have to adjust our rewarding to this particular situation. Okay, so you can recall your dog, you can play and let your dog again to approach to another dog. So this is how you teach the dog that approaching to the other dog is a fun, it's nothing stressful. When we got this, we can think about another stage. Okay, so we can think about recalling the dog from the situation when he's stirring, like dogs, people, birds, whatever, any other animals, and you want to recall your dog before your dog goes to that object. Okay, so this is what we can do, is working on the lead, long lead. You can let your dog watch the dog, the people, whatever, and when you see he's stirring, he's nervous, you can wait, you can say once, come, command. If your dog gives you attention, turns around, look at you, you can click, you can use a clicker as a marker or your voice, because you want to have a more and more this kind of situation that when you say come, your dog is stopping disturbing the people, dogs, and is giving you attention back. Okay, so this is what we can do in another stage. Okay, if we got this and your dog is relaxed, we can think about another stage, is recalling from a play. Okay, it's the same, we create a good situation, we go for a walk, we let your dog to play with the other dogs, and we try to recall. Okay, the first, you can approach, be very close, to not give your dog too big challenge, so you are very close, you say come, your dog just turn around and he's already on your hands with food. You reward your dog, send him back to the dog, and you can try this a few times. Okay, so what is very helpful with recalling? Not just only recall training. If you do a new exercise, if you do exercise with a self-control, this is a great, because you teach your dog to think, analyze, overcome the stress. And I'm gonna put some video with a stuffy, a burble, with a self-control training. This is a absolutely amazing thing for the dog. It makes the brain stronger, let the dog to work in the stressful situation and just keep the emotion under control. So this is something what you have to try. The next thing is the age. So if your dog is 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks old, it's much easier for your dog to approach the new things and learn about the new experience, new interaction, and new behaviors, dogs' behaviors, the people's behaviors. So this is a wonderful time for introducing your dog in the new places. The next stage is being between the 12 weeks until the 5 months, when your dog still explore the world, environment, but it's close to you. Over this time, you can notice that your dog responds less and less and less for your recall. Over the 5 months, the dog wants to explore, wants to go farther, farther, farther. And this is something absolutely natural. You shouldn't be disappointed, angry, or frustrated. Just let your dog explore and feel free and relax, okay? If the recall doesn't work in 100%, this is not the time for 100% recall, okay? When your dog is a fully mature, grow up, and is ready for a recall, is mostly over 1.5 years, okay? So just treat this as a lesson, as a time for learning. Okay, so I think this is enough. I wanted to keep this as short as possible. I hope it won't be too long. I put some videos from my training with a recall, so you can watch. Thank you for staying with me, for listening me, and sorry for my for my grammar, sorry for my speech, but I wanted to share this with as many people as is possible. This is why I speak in English, not Polish. Take care, bye.